entertainment purposes only. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the tribe. Thank you to my day ones, to the new, to the old. You are all welcome. Please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. And remember, everything here is alleged and for entertainment purposes only. Not feeling too well, but nevertheless, I don't want to sit on this reading for too many days. Okay. So I've had this and I've held this for actually over a week time now. But I'm just not feeling good. So I really started to delay it a little bit longer. But I really don't want to do that. So just gonna start. So I started seeing a couple of things, but the majority of what I saw was pertaining to Justin Bieber and also Justin Bieber pertaining to the Diddy case. All right, the trial that's going on now. And again, everything here is alleged and for entertainment purposes only. Okay. Guys, I do want to touch base with this card right here. It says a fiery climax approaches. It is the full moon in Aries. I will say this. I don't know if you guys remember, for those of you that have been here a few videos ago, a few live videos ago, I mentioned when I was reading, I saw more rioting and also more aggressive riotings. I'm going to put that video here in the description box and or comment section because I have steady been seeing that. This is saying that a fiery climax approaches the full moon in Aries. All right, for my moon tarot deck. It's the only thing that can really happen with scarce resources, inflation, tariffs. People start to rebel. When people are struggling to survive because of limited resources, this is what they do. They start to rebel. And I do see more intense writings coming and taking place. All right. Now, in regards to Justin Bieber, the overall energy of him, I just really feel the overall energy is that he's in a position, it's like being in a position that you really do not want to be in, okay? Like you're really not happy, you really don't want to be in this position, but you're there and it is basically exhausting, okay? It's just a tensed up scenario, just not a happy place, okay? So his overall energy is that he's in a position that he could really care less and just really don't want to be there. I did hear in channeling trauma. I heard traumatized. I heard distressed, disturbed, victim. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I saw bleeding. I believe it was something that took place in the past. I saw bleeding. So, and everything here is alleged. And everything here is for entertainment purposes only. Nothing is real. Okay. I'm just pulling energies. And you could just say that, I just pulled a cat out of a bag. All right. It ain't real. Okay. It's a legend and for entertainment. I heard trauma, traumatized, distressed, disturbed, victim. I saw blood. I saw bleeding. I ain't gonna lie. I saw I didn't care about life. There was a point of time that he did not care about life. I heard it was worse than living. I did not quite get that in the channeling. I did not understand. I was like, what in the world is worse than living? Like, I was sitting there baffled, like, what in the world is worse than living? Because that did not make sense to me because there's a lot of things in my book that are worse than just living. But then I began to think about that, okay? Because if you're living with trauma, if you're living with pain, if you're living with depression, and if you're living with shame, then to you, your life can feel like it's just worse than living. Okay. So I guess that's how he felt, possibly in times past, not sure. And welcome to this channel. But he has been living in like a different place than what people see or saw him as. Okay. I don't know if I want to describe it. This card don't really do the gist of what I was seeing. Like living in a daydream, like your life, like you from the outside looking in, like the people are seeing this image, these people are seeing you on this stage. They're seeing you do remarkable things wherein millions of people may dream of having that voice that he has or having that talent that he has. But he isn't living in that place of that image, okay? What people see him as, okay? So therefore, it's kind of like a daydream. It's like living a life of what people think is. They're looking at you like, oh my God, you're on top of the world. But he's in this bubble that he feels like he cannot escape, okay? It's just like I said, like an image that's projected, wherein people think that you ride high, but you really don't have no peace, and I'm just really feeling like he's tired of living a lie. He's just kind of tired. He's tired of these projections. And I heard this. I heard I was not rescued. I wasn't saved. Nobody came to my rescue. And instead of that, people did the exact opposite. Okay, the exact opposite happened. He was ashamed. I heard never was the same. I heard I was let down. And what bothers him is that it's not really the person that hurt him that bothers him the most, but I heard it's the person or the people who allowed him to be hurt. And I saw him literally like pointing to some people. And I believe it's someone, I feel like it may be family members or blood ties, because that's what I'm getting. I'm getting family members or blood ties. So it's not so much that he's, hurt or whatever by the person so much that did it, but really what's really weighing in on him is that these people let this thing happen to me. So that's what I got. There is a nostalgic memory or a thought that makes him feel peace and find peace and refuge, okay, and safety, okay. There's some type of nostalgic memory or thought that makes him feel peace. It gives him strength and hope. It could be a song, it could be a prayer, it could be his faith, it could be like a sigil. I feel like it's some type of, I don't know if it's a rosary or something like a spiritual symbol, or some sort of maybe a cross or something. But when he feels like he needs some strength, he retreats and he uses this, whatever it is, to gain strength, okay, when he feels hopeless. So that's a good thing, okay? I also saw something was blocking his peace. I saw that a healing needs to take place because there's something that he can't shake, there's something that he cannot let go. And I heard never be the same. Okay, never be the same. All right. Then also, um, I was also, hearing like, will he testify? I really don't think he's going to testify. I could be wrong, or maybe it's just undecided. I don't know if that would be the best thing for him. Okay. So I'm feeling some tension around that. I don't really get a direct answer. I'm gonna pull a card in a minute though. I do see, though, what I did see, there has been something presented to him, maybe a tell-all book or something, or an interview was presented to him, but I really don't think that he has agreed as of yet. Maybe it might be a few years if he ever does like a tell-all of some sort, maybe 2 years' time, or maybe not. Okay, because he hasn't decided yet, but there is something that was presented to him, but he's undecided. Okay, I did pick that up. He still may not do it, but the opportunity was presented. Okay. So I don't know if he want to do that, but there was something presented. I did see that. Okay. I'm just pulling, I'm showing y'all all the cards that I pulled. Okay. But I got the channeling first and then I went to pulling cards. Okay. So we just trying to read this room, y'all, the best of my ability. Okay. And y'all know I be getting direct channelings. I really don't need cards. But yeah, but I did channel, okay? But this thing has taken a toll on him, I feel like in all aspects of his life, his finances, his family life, especially with his life partner or his wife. I do feel like this thing has really taken a toll. I feel like Bieber knows some things. He knows some things about Diddy. He knows some things about the trial. He knows some things about dirty money. He knows some things, honey. All right. Yeah. So he knows a lot. Okay. Yes. He knows a lot. I really don't know if he wants to testify though, but he can, all right. But I don't know if he will. I don't know if it would be the best thing for him because he knows a lot, so it's probably not the best thing for him, okay? And we're gonna get into that because this thing goes a lot deeper than what I even thought, okay? This thing with Diddy, all right. So yeah, it's taking a toll on him in all aspects of his life. It's been exhausting, all right. All right. He needs some shadow work. He needs a dark night of the soul is needed. The advice from spirit, the dream weaver card came up as the advice from spirit, okay, as well as this card came up, ignite your soul, and it also says um, rising flames. Okay, this is the advice from spirit. All right. So. On the Dream Weaver card, it says dreaming and imagining, bringing your powerful vision into reality. Okay. So he just has to project what he wants from life, the healing that he wants, the place that he wants to be, and just seek healing, do that dark night of the soul, and just keep on going forward. Okay. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. So, it's just telling him to just keep going forward and just have a vision for himself, okay? See where he wants to be in life and just bring his powerful vision into reality, okay? So he has to find a way to do that or else he'll just get stuck, okay? And that's why that brick wall card came up. Brick wall, defense mechanism, guarded, hard to reach because it's just like his life, it's like he's in a bubble, it's just like he's not really experiencing the image that he's projecting or that is projected of him, okay, and being this big star, okay. It's really not like that for him. And that's really sad. He's really not living that life. He's just up there going through some motions. And it's sad, but it's like a bubble of some sort. Also, the other aspect of the Dream Weaver card for advice is make miracles, stay open-minded and receptive to the magic unfolding in your life. And hopefully he can get there. Some people never get there, especially being traumatized like he was. Also, the advice from Spirit to him was rising flames. Let your passion guide you to the fulfilling your purpose meant for you, as well as ignite your soul, embrace the mysteries of life, stay open minded, and embrace the wisdom that unfolds from every experience. All right, stay open minded, embrace the wisdom that unfolds from every experience. So we just say a prayer for him, okay, and send some great energy his way. Let your passion guide you to fulfilling your purpose meant for you. So we just hope that he has peace. We hope that he gets that inner cleansing that he needs and recovers everything and more. We just wish him the best. This says detox, ridding negativity and purification. This says the cleanse. Okay. So this is what he needs. And I just wish him the best with that, guys. All right. Haven't done all to stand. Sometimes you just have to stand. All right. So let's keep going. All right. Now Cassie, she's still coming before me in a vision, and I channeled that she's gonna always feel unsafe. She gonna always, this is really sad. I am really channeling that Cassie is going to always feel unsafe, unfortunately. And I didn't want to see that, but that's what I'm seeing. Um, I am not sure if she is really never going to be in a place that she's not in danger. What I really want to say is, I hate to say this, y'all, but I'm going to tell you what I saw. I really see that she's always going to be in danger down the line, like maybe it's something brewing, y'all. I'm telling you, I cannot say that she's ever, never, never going to be not in danger. So what's the opposite of that? What I'm trying to say is you in danger, girl. I don't want to say it, so hopefully this can be prevented. Energy does change and shift, but child, this is what I'm seeing. Hopefully this can be prevented. Okay, I hope that maybe she can get some work done, some spiritual work, or I don't know if anything can be done, but I really don't see her ever in a safe place, like in the future. I don't. God forbid, unless something changes, energy shifts, prayers, the angels or the Most High or something, honey. But okay, please, these people need prayer, y'all. These people need some good energy. Send some light their way, some love and light, honey, because they need it. All right. Um, Hopefully, this will change. I cannot say that she is not in a dangerous place because in the future, this is what I am seeing. Okay. She is not in the clear from danger down the line. I repeat, she is not in the clear of danger down the line. It's very unfortunate, and I hate to bring this, but I'm just telling you what I see. I also channeled, I feel like the diddler has something on people in high places. So he is expecting to have a pass because of that. I'll say that again. I really, and this is alleged and for entertainment purposes only. Y'all, I'm telling y'all what I see. I see that he has something on people in some high places, and he expecting a pass. He is expecting to be pardoned of his sins. Everything that he's in court for. A lot of people, um, and even if Diddy don't know exact down to the nitty gritty of what happened or what happens. He knows enough. I'm feeling the energy that he knows enough foul play situations that have occurred by people in high places until, he just feels like, okay, he sent back like, all right now, because you know what I know, like I literally, look at this. Red flag, warning signs, take heed. It's a risky situation. I feel like those that are in top positions know it is with the stuff that he know, it's a risky situation. And it's like everything is integrally like connected. I saw like patchwork. Y'all remember back in the day when these quilts that people used to make with these patches and all of them look different, but they all connected. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Like it's called like patchwork quilts or something. It's like this thing runs so high, so deep, and so wide, and he just sent back like, all right, now you know what I know on you. And I don't know if it's can kind of trickle on up to the judge, or it's kind of like it's like somebody got something on somebody. And even if it will not affect that high person in office, it's something that will affect someone that's close to them. So it's still inadvertently affecting them too. This thing runs very deep. I think it's and even deeper than what we think. Like it might even be, I don't know how to say it without saying it, so I'm not gonna say that. But it's some things I really can't say, but it just runs so freaking deep. It is crazy. It is beyond humanly worldly, and that's all. I'm gonna leave it like that. But this thing with him runs very, very deep. Okay, so yeah, a lot of people. He got a lot of ish on. He knows too much. I keep channeling Clive Davis. There were several readings, and he would just pop up, and I would just not say nothing to y'all, and he would just pop up, and I would be like, well, they already know that, because I just assumed that y'all know that. Okay, but just know that Clive is somewhere in the mix. I ain't saying he the only one, but he be popping up too. And I have not taken the time to really, really ask the cards exactly how Clive, um, is in the mix, but he's in the mix and he keeps popping up. Okay, he's popped up several times. I just ain't tell y'all because I'd be like, oh, well, they should know that. But I've been thinking to myself, like, how do I know that they really know that? And maybe I just need to tell y'all because maybe y'all been seeing it too. But yeah, Clive Davis, his ass been coming up too, and it's been coming up. I just ain't told y'all. I don't tell y'all everything I see, but his ass been coming up too, and y'all probably saw it too. But he'll just pop up, and I'll just keep going. I'll be like, I ain't gonna say that because they should know that. Because hell, he was all involved with Whitney Houston shit. So I'd be feeling like that's old news, and then I'd be feeling like, hey, if you know, you know. But I'm just going to say it. If I see something, even if they pop up one time, I'm still gonna tell y'all. But I'm not saying he's responsible for everything. But I didn't even stop and really ask when I saw him. I just kept it moving, okay? And I was focused on whoever I was reading up on. But he's come up a few times on these readings. So he's somewhere definitely in the mix. I just, now, when I go to asking these cards, then I'll come back and let y'all know. But I really just saw him pop up. I'll see him pop up and I'll just keep it moving, okay? But he always pops up. So he's somewhere in the mix, okay? He's somewhere in the influence of it all right? So yeah, so I did channel him. Yeah, I never told y'all. I do believe that he is somewhere in the picture. So, what's understood does not really have to be explained. But then again, I will start saying everything I see, even the pop-ups. Okay. But he's definitely in the picture. He's definitely connected with this shit. Okay. Now, I did channel one of Diddy's sons, and it's the one that look almost just like him, honey. Yeah, he came up too. And this is not good. This is not good, okay? All right now, King Combs, everything here is alleged. The one that looks the most like Diddy, there is a possibility I'm seeing of something serious coming up with him. He is tied to his father's sins. He is tied to his father's crimes. Allegedly, this is also for entertainment purposes only. Um, yeah. Okay. So he was influenced, I'm feeling like this may be a payoff job. Okay. This situation with King Combs may be handled out of the courts, or that's what they're pushing for. Okay. He could be dragged into this whole case. There's a very huge possibility that he could get into trouble because of implications tied to Diddy, or I am seeing the possibility of maybe some working in the back line, maybe attorneys working on his behalf in a way to try to keep this whole thing with him suppressed. With the possibility of him being implicated. Okay, so they're trying to block it, they're trying to work in a way to suppress him being implicated, but I do see a possibility right there. Okay, I'm just gonna come out and say it. So that's what I saw. So they're trying to protect him. I do feel some type of bribery or some type of payoff behind the scenes, and all of these are possibilities, but this is what they're trying to do behind the scenes. Okay. So that's what's going on. I also see a lot of other people are being protected. And because of that, so there's a lot of connections to this case, okay? There's a lot of people being protected, okay? This thing is way higher, wider, and deeper than you can ever freaking imagine, honey. It is. Or maybe you know. Maybe y'all with that third eye, maybe you know. Okay, but yeah, there are a lot of people being protected, and because of that, that is why the elites are trying to protect, I heard, the others, because why? The others ain't supposed to come out. They not meant to come out. They don't want them to come out. Okay, but honey, this thing is on the verge of, what is this? A fiery climax approaching. It's just like a volcano that's about to erupt. Yeah, so and I also saw like the case was like a ball of manure or like a pile of manure. Like this is the case. And okay, it's like if something stinks and it's just sitting there, like if this is some stank manure, it got a smell, it got an aroma. So it's like the scent is just like all the connections and all the people that you don't hear them talking about. But they can feel it. They trembling. Um, it's like that whole case. It's a lot of smells, all around that manure of a case, and all that them smells and things, all that aroma is all them other people that's tense right now. They nervous right now. They scared right now. Like all of that. This thing is just thinking and thinking, and it's just so many connections to the pile of manure of the case. Okay, and like all these people, it's just it's something. It's so many people like tied to this thing, and they nervous, they tense, they're trembling, and they don't know what to think. And it's just like a volcano that's about to erupt, honey. That's what it is. This case is connected to so many people in high places. It may even be connected to the judge. I don't know. Who knows? I'm just saying possibilities. Like it's all connected. It's very integrated. like patchwork. And patchwork, like we said before, is needlework techniques which consist of stitching together small pieces of cloth to create a larger piece. The pieces are generally cut into geometrical shapes such as squares, triangles, or hexagons before being sewn together to create a more complicated pattern or design. So I done read this room, and that it is what it is, and it is what it is. And I'm sorry, I should have been here sooner, but I just really have not been feeling good. I don't even feel good right now, but I just didn't want to sit here and let this thing just keep on going. You know, the case is going on and on and on, and I knew I had to bring this. But I guess everybody that know about this thing, they probably feeling exhausted, burnt out, burdened, empty. And it's just really, it's sad because they bought into the system, they got into the system. It's like from what I've been told and from what I've studied, it's kind of like they get called to like this private endeavor, this ritualistic type activity, and then they're forced to do things. It's kind of like you have to do this, or in order to sign the dotted line. Okay, once you sign the dotted line, you got to do this, you got to do that, and whatever. It's kind of like going through an obstacle course. And they do things that they really don't want to do, but they do it in the name of this is just the way, the American way, that in order to get into the entertainment industry, this is what we have to do. And then they are recorded. And then when they want to break free, they are threatened with the video recordings of whatever foul activities that they were involved in. And it's just really sad. So, you got to have a little bit of sympathy and empathy for them. So keep them up in prayer. If you would like to send some positive energy, then do it. I'm not telling you to do what you don't want to do because you might have a different perspective. I'm open to all perspectives. I don't mind if we don't even agree. Let me know if y'all been channeling anything, getting any downloads, pulling any cards. Even if we can agree to disagree, I am very much interested in what y'all got to say about any of the topics discussed, which we did discuss a few topics as well as Bieber and the Diddler. All right, so I love y'all. I'm sorry I don't feel very well, but because of that, I'm gonna cut this short and I will be back if anything else. Okay. No, I'm actually not French. I am, of course, I'm Black and also European Swedish, European Jewish. I have like some Denmark or something, like those people, like the Titans or whatever. What are what's that movie that came out? They got some movies about my ancestors on the European side. Um, they're out of Denmark or something like that. There's some recent movies. I don't know if it's the Titans or the Vikings. Yeah, those people. Like I have that type of ancestry. So European Swedish, European Jewish, and then of course they put some African American type stuff in there. They put some African stuff in there. But I have a different perspective on that because I feel like Black Americans, the majority of them were Indians. I just feel like the pretendians are not the real Indians. But hey, that's my personal opinion. Don't hate. But yeah, it is what it is. But I love you all, and I'm about to go to sleep because I got to get up in a couple hours, but I got to put in that work for y'all. And I don't like sitting on words day in and day out. I've had this for quite some time. I should have been brought this to y'all. But I love you all and I wish you the bills can't be that high. What do you mean? The bills can't be that high? Who bills? Mr. Dunn, who bills are you talking about? All right. Hmm. You know what? I'm gonna block you. Uh, because he put two little like dying roses there. So that gotta be like some something that is not even worth my conversation. How about that? All right, y'all. See y'all later. Bye.